Hey everyone, so I basically just lost $5,000 on a project. It failed. I did the AI content challenge and I thought doing all these videos would be a huge hit, but I just released the 6-month AI challenge video and you can see that it's gotten way less than usual, 949 views after about 6 hours. Is not good. So to say the least, I'm a little bit disappointed today. I'm going to explain where all my money went. I would just kind of be honest and share how I stay motivated when a project fails, which this one is showing all the signs of failure. So let's go ahead and let's talk about it. All right, so first let me give a quick recap of where I lost this money, kind of what the project was and what the plan was in the first place. So 6 months ago, I did an AI content challenge. I polled my audience. I asked them what sort of project, what sort of online business would they want to build? And the one that got the most votes was to build an SEO site using AI content. There was a ton of interest around that, and I offered $2,500 to the winner. But the thing is, I did not one, but I did 2 of these AI content projects. So that's $5,000 total that I gave the winners. There was 2 different winners. And so I sent $5,000 to the winners of these projects. So the reason I invested $5,000 into these projects is because I truly did want to motivate my audience, but also I felt like there would be a return for me, right? I thought that these videos that I did would go semi-viral for our niche, that a lot of people would be interested in watching these videos and being able to see, hey, here's what you can do when you focus on a project for 6 months. I would get a ton of subscribers. It would grow the brand of nichepursuits.com. So I invested this $5,000 into not just the prize money, but I actually invested quite a bit more. Spent hours and hours of my own time, a lot of video editing. All said and done, I probably invested close to $10,000 into this project. And when the grand finale video gets less than 1,000 views, after working on it for 6 months, it's a little bit heartbreaking. Yep, still hurts. It's today. It's a little bit heart-wrenching, but at the same time, I thought it would be a good example to explain my thought process of how I stayed motivated in business, because unfortunately, this is not the first time that I've ever failed in business, that my idea did not work out as well as I had hoped. And so I want to give you 3 ways that I stay motivated that I'm looking at today to help me kind of not feel so bad about this project not going as well as I had hoped. So first of all, why didn't this project resonate with people? There's a few reasons, perhaps. One is that a lot of things have changed with Google in the last 6 months. So there was obviously a couple of updates, the helpful content update, the March core update. Things have been happening that 6 months ago, people were really excited about AI content, whereas today, they are not quite as interested in artificial intelligence content, perhaps. There's been updates to target that. So that could be one big reason that people aren't quite as interested in a challenge like this. Another reason for maybe the project failure is just that I wasn't able to package this quite right. I mean, it's really hard to let people know within one video, within a title and a thumbnail, like how much effort went into 6 months of 143 people, all competing, all building a website, trying to rank it in Google. I mean, how do you encapsulate all that in a thumbnail? So part of it could be packaging, right? I could have done a better job. I feel like the videos that I created for this challenge are actually some of the best videos that I've ever created. So maybe that's a silver lining, is I'm really happy with the way the videos themselves turned out. Just the reception is not as good as I had hoped or as I had expected. All right, so today I do want to try and actually provide a little bit of motivation, a way that I look at my business. How do I stay motivated after a business failure, and how can you potentially stay motivated after a failure as I drive around this random neighborhood? So the third best way that I have found to stay motivated in my business after I have a failure or I lose a bunch of money, like $5,000 to $10,000 on this project? Well, as I look at my business overall, fortunately, my business is doing well overall. This was just one project. This is just one bump in the road. I have a lot of other avenues for success. And so as you're looking at your own failures in your own business, you might look at, okay, what is going well? Are there certain traffic sources? Are there certain, ideas that I have in my business that actually are gaining traction and doing well? And it's important to maybe focus on those. So that's one way to stay motivated a little bit. All right, and then reason number 2 is that there is a lot more to life than just business. So I think it's important to stay grounded and realize that your business worth doesn't define your personal worth, right? I have a great family, I have my health, I have friends, and relatively speaking, my life is going really, really well. And so I think it's important not to get caught up too much in the success of your business and let it overall get you down too much. Although I'll be honest, I'm feeling a little bit down today as I try to trip over this tripod here, but it's important not to focus on that too much. Let's move on to the top way to stay motivated in your business, even after you have a failure. All right, my number 1 way to stay motivated even after a business failure, what I'm thinking about today, I know I sort of threw away $5,000 for a minimally successful YouTube series and project that I did, is I find the success of others motivating. I read other success stories. I see people doing things that are maybe different than I'm doing, and that sparks motivation. That sparks ideas for me that I might pursue. It just so happens that just today, within a couple of hours after I released this video that didn't go as well as I had hoped, is I got on a community call with Andy Scraga. He is known as the Facebook traffic guy, and we had him inside the Niche Pursuits community, kind of a private call that we do with our community, and just hearing his story and how he's gotten so much traffic from Facebook and how he's dialed in and created a system, it's motivating. Not necessarily that I want to go and do exactly what he's doing, but just hearing, there's a lot of different ways that you can go out and you can find success in other areas. So that's just one example. So maybe being able to pick up a book or being able to watch a YouTube video or listen to a podcast, some of these things can really inspire you. Now, if you do want to see what I saw inside the community, you can go over to community.nichepursuits.com. That is my premium community for Niche Pursuits, where we bring on experts like Andy. We brought on Lily Ray, Tony Hill, several others talking about Google discovered traffic, Facebook traffic, and others, with the whole point of it being motivational, educational, teaching you different ways outside of Google that you might be able to get traffic to your website. Now, my sort of final bonus tip for you is that there's always going to be bumps in the road, and I always need to tell myself that time and time again, that there's no straight trajectory to success, that there's going to be dips, that there's going to be bumps in the road, slowdowns in your business. And this big project, this 6 months that I invested, that I thought would be this massive YouTube explosion and success, well, it's heartbreaking to see that it's not taking off that way, but I see it as a bump in the road. I tested something out, and that's what's important. So stay motivated, go test something out, because the next thing I try just might be the big winner. All right, big money, big money. Oh, doubles, yeah. And so that is what I'm sort of holding on to. I'm going to keep trying, keep going forward, and I think you should do the same.